Now that we know everything about different campaign goals, we can also take a look at the campaign settings. Therefore, as we already did in the last video, we click on Create here for the campaign. We use the traffic campaign for now. And then you will see on the left side that we have 3 different layers. The first one is the campaign level. Then we have the ad set or ad group level. And then we have the ad level. And the blue one here, that is the one we are currently at. On the right side, we can do all the stuff now for the campaign level, which is at first the name. Here, the best thing you can do is write down what the campaign is about. For example, 2023 May, shoe shop, web shop. So I know about when this campaign starts. I know about the shop, and here in this case only the web shop, not the blog maybe, or not the actual offline shop, but this is the web shop. Then traffic campaign, and maybe also the budget if you want. So just information that you know a year from now what this campaign was about. Maybe it's only for sneakers, then you would also write that down, because maybe I have different products in my web shop and I only want this campaign for sneakers because I will create a new campaign anyway for high heels and so on. Then I would also write this in here. Actually, you can create campaigns for different products. For example, I create one campaign for sneakers with different target audiences and different ads, and one campaign with high heels, again here, different target audiences and different ads. Or I just use one campaign with a lot of ad groups and ads for the whole web shop. So then I will have 5 different ad sets here for sneakers, 5 different ad sets here for high heels, and so on and so on. But you can of course also create different campaigns. It makes a difference later on because you can already set the budget on the campaign level and also optimize this so that Facebook can decide which ad set gets more money. So if you want the same amount of money for all products in your shop, you should really create own campaigns for every product. If you say the best performing ad sets should get more money, doesn't matter which product that is, maybe sneaker get more money from Facebook than high heels, it doesn't matter because I just want to have some sales. Then you can also do all together in one campaign. Special ad categories, next point. Here you have to click on a category if you are in credit, employment, housing, or social issues. Credit would be, for example, card offers, auto loans, long-term financing, or anything like that. Employment, like job offers, internships, but also some certification programs. Housing, of course, here is insurance, homeowner insurance, real estate listings, and so on and so on. And the last point, social issues, is about politics, economy, elections, but also everything about civil and social rights. So if you are in, or if you have an ad here in one of these rather restricted categories, you have to click on that. Since we are only selling sneakers here, we don't need that. Next point is campaign details. Here it is only auction, at least for the traffic ad, which means that you are in consistent competition with other companies. Because Facebook, of course, runs your ad, but Facebook tries to also make a lot of money. So if anybody is okay with paying 2 euros per link click maybe, and you're only willing to pay 30 cents, then the person number one or the company number one that is okay with paying more, of course, will have a higher chance to get their ads out to people, actually, okay? But in the end, it doesn't matter here. Auction, yes, of course, but you shouldn't be too focused on that here. Campaign objective, you can change that here again if you want to have an engagement or awareness campaign now, but we stick to traffic. And down here, we also have a campaign spending limit. So we could click on that and then tell Facebook, okay, I only want to spend 100 euros maybe. If you really have a cap here and have a fixed amount of money. Next thing is an A/B test. That is an extra topic we will discuss separately. But here you could test different campaigns. For example, campaign A has only one difference, that is on the ad group level. So for the first campaign, you only have the same ad for men, and for the second campaign, you test the same campaign for only women. Then you could do this with an A/B test. But we will discuss this anyway later in the course. Advantage campaign budget, that is also important because that is the first optimization point. And everything that is marked with this little star here is an optimization from Facebook. So here you can make sure to not overspend your budget and also tell Facebook what you actually want. So the easiest thing is the daily budget. Here, for example, 20 euros, which means that on a weekly basis, 7 days, you spend 140 euros. So 20 times 7. But it doesn't mean that you spend straight 20 per day, but rather sometimes 25, on the next day maybe only 15, and so on and so on. But you can use the daily budget if you want to make sure that you kind of have a fixed budget per day. Because the other option would be the lifetime budget. So you tell Facebook, okay, for this week I want to spend 1,400 euros maybe. And then Facebook can decide, also based on the activities, based on the competition and so on, how to spend this money. So they won't overspend it. They only spend 1,400, but they could decide to spend on Monday already 500, on Tuesday nothing, on Wednesday 200, and so on and so on. So it's not fixed per day, but rather simply your budget for the whole campaign. And if we want now the same budget as for the daily, then it would be lifetime 140 euros. I actually choose lifetime here because Facebook knows better when to run ads. So I don't want to tell them, please only use 20 every day. Because if Monday is better than Wednesday, maybe they can also use or run ads for 40 euros on Monday and no ads on Wednesday, because Facebook knows anyway when to do so. Also, the campaign bid strategy is important here. Here, normally it is highest volume, which is good because you get the most results for your budget. So they will spend all your budget, but that's okay because you have that budget, and try to give you the best performance with that budget. If you're a bit cheaper and don't want to spend that much money or try to improve the cost per click you have, then you can aim also for a certain cost per result. Result means impressions or clicks, depending on what you choose then, while maximizing the volume of results. So it's basically the same, but here You also tell them to have a fixed aim per cost. Maybe the aim is to not spend more than 30 cents per click. Then Facebook has to kind of limit that. If you only have highest volume here, then it's also okay if one click maybe costs 40 cents. And since they know again, so Facebook knows again better how to optimize your campaign, I always go for highest volume. The third option is the most experienced one, because here you really have to know how much a link click costs or how much 1,000 impressions cost, whatever, because here you could say bid cap, then you could really cap that. So if the link click would cost more than 30 cents maybe, I want to cap it. So then you cannot run ads. Then you need to find a moment or a specific day where it's possible to run this ad for less than 30 cents per click. But in the end, this won't give you the best results. Maybe it's the cheapest one, yes, but it's highly likely that you won't spend your whole budget, and it's also very likely that they cannot run your ads continuously because they always have to check if they are still in the bid range here. So go for highest volume if you want to have the least problems and just want to run your first ad. Then here ads scheduling, also interesting. Here you can decide if your ads should run all the time, which is normally the case. But if you have an offline business maybe, or if you only want people to see your ad on Monday afternoon, then you can click here on edit and click here on run on a schedule, and then later decide on specific days of the week or specific hours on the ad set level. But normally, since we only have a web shop here in this case anyway, which is open 24/7, I don't care about when they run my ads. But if this is important, you can already do that here on the campaign level. Okay, so I always have this advantage campaign budget on, put in here my lifetime budget, and the very good point here is as well that they spend your budget later on the different ad groups, if you have different ad groups, like the performance tells them. So if they see that ad set number 1 performs way better than ad set number 2, then also ad set number 1 will get more money. So they can split the lifetime budget or the daily budget, doesn't matter, on the different ad sets if you already set the budget here for the campaign level. So you don't have to make this equal, every ad set gets 70 euros, but rather let Facebook decide how to split the budget on the ad sets. And the more Facebook can optimize, which we will also see on the ad level, the better your campaign performs normally. Okay, we click at the bottom right corner on next, and then we are already on the ad set level, which is a bit more complex and we have more things to do here.